today, 25th September 2025, the House is expected to commence at 14:30 hours. And on live commentary, my name is Muyunda Akatamajo.
Good afternoon, thank you so much for joining us, and my name is Matimba Mkua on sign language. We are joined by Jason Manda and Chola Kauma. We go straight and look at business that was considered on the floor of the House yesterday, Wednesday, 24th September 2025.
Yes, indeed. So when business commenced yesterday, 24th September 2025, Madam Speaker made 3 announcements, and in the first announcement, Madam Speaker acquainted the House with the presence in the Speaker's gallery of the following honorable members and staff of the Standing Committee from the National Matter. Honorable Nelson Kalunga, MP, Committee Member. Honorable Vaino Hagula, MP, Committee Member. Honorable Evarista Skaroda, MP, Committee Member. Honorable Marian Mbakera, MP, Committee Member. Honorable Michael Mwashindangi, MP, Committee Member. Mr. William H. Isaac, Deputy Director, Committee Services. And last but not the least, Mr. Andres Shivute, Chief Parliamentary Clerk. And Madam Speaker, on behalf of the National Assembly of Zambia, welcomed the visitors to the station.
In the other announcement, Madam Speaker also acquainted the House with the presence in the Speaker's gallery of the following staff from Parliament of Malawi: Ms. Chisomo Nguluwe, Chief Broadcasting Officer; Ms. Rejoice Shumba, Principal Broadcasting Officer; and Ms. Florence Sadialundu, Studio Engineer. Madam Speaker, on behalf of the National Assembly of Zambia, warmly welcomed the distinguished guests to the National Assembly.
In the last announcement, Madam Speaker recognized the presence in the public gallery of pupils and teachers from Chisamba Girls Academy in Chisamba District, and Madam Speaker
This was on why the government has delayed to construct township roads in Karulushi and Chambishi. This matter was inadmissible.
The second one did come from Mr. Marita on measures being taken to address pollution caused by mining activities in Kankoyo parliamentary constituency. This matter was not admitted.
After those 2 urgent matters without notice under Standing Order 142, the House went on to consider questions for oral answer number 20 to 23 under Standing Order 18.
Thereafter, there was a resumption of a debate on the motion of 16th September, which was moved by Chisamba Member of Parliament, Ms. Chusi Cassandra rather, and seconded by Serenja Member of Parliament, Mr. Kandafula, that the thanks of this Assembly be recorded for the exposition of public policy contained in the public's address.
And so notice was taken at 17:03 hours that quorum not formed. Mr. Second Deputy Speaker ordered the bells to be rung, House counted, and quorum having been formed, business resumed, and there being no further debate, the debate on the motion stood adjourned, and so we expect a debate to resume today. And yesterday accordingly at so this is business that was considered on the floor of the House yesterday, Wednesday, 24th September 2025. Just now we shift our attention and we look at today's order paper.
Yes, indeed, Matimba. So the outlook of today's order paper, we have 1 urgent question understanding order 82, 1 ordinary question understanding order 80, and also the orders of the day.
And also we have announcements, if there will be any. We also have a motion. We expect Her Honor the Vice President to move a motion to suspend standing orders, that are standing orders 24-1, 27-2, 87-1, 168-2, and 171-1-2 of the National Assembly of Zambia Standing Orders 2024 be suspended to enable the House to sit from 14:15 hours until business is concluded on Friday, 26 September 2025, to omit the Vice President's question time from the order paper, and to enable provincial ministers to deal with the estimates of their provinces, both in the committees and on the floor of the House.
we do have one ministerial statement. The Minister of Mines and Minerals Development is expected to render a ministerial statement on the number of artisanal mining licenses that have been issued to youths in Serenge district from January 2021 to July 2025, year by year, and related matters.
One question for oral answer, understanding order 82 will come from Chairman North Member of Parliament, Mr. Yota Mutayachalo. This is question number 24. He will be directing his question to the Minister of Finance and National Planning. He wants to find out a question in two parts. What the cause of the erratic disbursement of the 2025 Constituency Development Fund CDF for Chairman North and other parliamentary constituency is, and in the part of the question he wants to find out when the CDF will be fully disbursed.
Question 25, question for oral answer, understanding order 80, is expected to come from Mr. Newton Samakai, Munyulunga Member of Parliament, to ask the Minister of Education, A, when the government will resume the construction of Kawiku Secondary School in Munyulunga District, B, at what percentage of completion the project was as of July 2025, C, what the cost of the outstanding works is, and D, what the cause of the delay in completing the project is.
After that, we expect a resumption of debate on a motion of thanks, the President's address, a motion of 16th September 2025 that was moved by Chisamba, Member of Parliament, Ms. Chushi Kasanda, and it was seconded by Serenge, Member of Parliament, Mr. George Kandafula, that the thanks of this assembly be recorded for the exposition of public policy contained in the President's address. And so this is business that is expected to be considered on the floor of the House today, Thursday, 26 September 2025.
Indeed, this order paper can be accessed on the National Assembly of Zambia website, www.parliament.gov.za.
You can also follow the proceedings on our channels, DSTV channel 272, GoTV channel 28, and Topstar channel 5.
Yes, indeed. Right now, we interest you to the pictures in the House as we wait Madam Speaker's procession to make its way into the chamber. Good afternoon.
Honorable Members of Parliament, Madam Speaker.
And the King of Zambia, proud and free, land of wealth and joy in unity, victors in the struggle for our rights. We want freedom's fight, oh, and strong and free. Africa is our own motherland, fashioned with and blessed by those who blend. Let us all our people join as one, brothers under the sun, oh, one, strong and free. One land and one nation is our cry. Dignity and peace in Zambia's sky, like a noble eagle in be to God, bless our great Zambia, remain we stand under the flag of our land. Zambia, praise to thee, O one, strong and free.
Prayer. Almighty God, who in your infinite wisdom and providential goodness has appointed the offices of leaders and parliaments for the welfare of society and the just government of the people, we beseech you to consider with your abundant favor us, your servants, whom you have been pleased to call to the performance of such important responsibilities in this land. Let your blessing descend upon us here in Parliament assembled, and grant that we may, as in your presence, treat and consider all matters that shall come under our deliberation, in so just and faithful a manner as to promote your honor and glory, and to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of our country, and of those whose interests you have committed to our charge. Amen. That's right. That's right. Honorable members, I have 3 announcements. The first announcement, honorable members, I wish to recognize the presence in the public gallery of pupils and teachers from Blessed Shalom Christian School in the Lusaka district. On behalf of the National Assembly of Zambia, I warmly welcome our visitors in our midst. I thank you. You may take your seats. The next announcement, honorable members, I wish to recognize the presence in the public gallery of pupils and teachers from Selena Trust School in Lusaka district. On behalf of the National Assembly of Zambia, I warmly welcome our visitors in our midst. I thank you. You may take your seats. The next announcement, honorable members, I wish to inform the House that hearing the call has been granted permission to conduct a free one-day hearing checkup exercise. Hearing the Call is a United States of America-based group of private practice audiologists and volunteers who are passionate about service and committed to best practices in audiology. The exercise will be held on Wednesday, 1st October 2025 from 09 hours to 13 hours in the main reception area, Parliament Main Building. During the exercise, a limited number of hearing aids will also be available, free of charge, for honorable members who may require them. The objective of this initiative is to raise awareness about the impact of hearing loss, assist honorable members maintain effective hearing capacity, and inspire advocacy on the importance on this important public health issue within communities. Honorable members are encouraged to take advantage of this complimentary health service. I thank you. I can see Honorable Member for Nyimba is indicating. Honorable Members, there is no slot today for urgent matters without notice. As you may be aware, we are suspending business tomorrow. So even if you raise an urgent matter without notice, it won't have sufficient time to be addressed. So if any honorable members has got issues that are of urgent in nature, I would urge them to get in touch with the respective ministers directly in order to try to resolve or address those issues. Motion, Her Honor the Vice President.
Madam Speaker, Madam Speaker, I beg to move that standing orders 24, 1, 27, Part 2, 87, Part 1, 168, Part 2, as well as Standing Order 171, Part 1 and 2 of the National Assembly of Zambia Standing Orders 2024 be suspended to enable the House to effectively transact business pertaining to the presentation and subsequent approval of the 2026 national budget.
The question is that Standing Orders 24-1, 27-2, 87-1, 168-2, and 171-1 and 2 of the National Assembly of Zambia, Standing Order 2024, be suspended to enable the House to sit from 14-15 hours until business is concluded on Friday, 26 September 2025, to omit the Vice President's question time from the order paper and to enable provincial ministers to deal with the estimates of their provinces in the committees and on the floor of the House. Any debate? Her Honor the Vice President.
Madam, the first three of the aforementioned standing orders relate to the transaction of business on Fridays, while the last two deal with budgeting processes. Specifically, Standing Order 24-1 provides for the sitting of the House at 09 hours. Standing Order 27-2 provides for automatic adjournment of the House at 13 hours, while Standing Order 87-1 provides for the Vice President's question time. Further, Madam, Standing Order 168-2 provides for the Vice President or Minister to appear before an appropriate committee to present policy statements on the estimates of ministries and spending agencies. Similarly, Standing Order 171-1 provides for the Vice President or Minister to present to the House for consideration the estimates of expenditure for ministries or departments they are responsible for, while Standing Order 171-2 provides for the Vice President or Minister to move motions to approve expenditure for respective heads of the ministries or departments they are responsible for. Madam Speaker, the suspension of the above-mentioned standing orders is meant to enable the House to A. Sit from 14-15 hours until business is concluded on the order paper on Friday, 26 September 2025. B. Omit the Vice President's question time from the order paper on the date above. And C. Enable provincial ministers to 1. Present policy statements to committees on the estimates concerning their provinces. 2. Present to the House for consideration the estimates of expenditure for their provinces. And 3. move motions to approve heads of expenditure for their provinces. Madam Speaker, the long-standing practice of the House has been to allow the Honourable Minister responsible for finance to present the national budget on a Friday afternoon, as well as ensure that the budget is subsequently approved. It is with this in mind that I move this motion to suspend the aforementioned standing orders. Madam, this is a procedural and non-controversial motion. I therefore urge all honourable members of this august House to support it. Madam Speaker, I beg to move.
Thank you very much. Any further debate? The Honourable Member for Kantanshi.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker, and thank you, Honour the Vice President. Indeed, in seconding a motion which is non-controversial, I think that it will also be important for us in the opposition to remind you that we're expecting a budget that should be able to respond to the challenges of our people. Not only a budget that is representing growth of 5.2%, not only a budget that is representing a GDP to debt ratio below 100%, but one that will respond to the electricity challenges of our people, one that will speak to the cost of living, one that will speak to employment, and one that will speak to lower taxes. Since this government has always preached that it's a business government, it wants lower taxes. We want lower taxes so that we can spend more money and live better lives. Madam Speaker, also to remind the government on their social agreements that they have made with our country. For example, the cash for work. We are behind by almost 3 months. A beautiful program by the New Dawn government, but letting down the people. We want proper allocations to CDF. We want a timely disbursement to continue as it was in the past. Another beautiful program, but being undermined because you are not fulfilling the obligations. Madam Speaker, let me also thank the Minister of Finance in absentia. He has been he has provided serious leadership in a very difficult economic environment. And I think all members in this House can actually give him a pat on the back. It has not been easy to ensure that we've weathered through the debt crisis and to get to where we are, that we can even record a percentage growth of 5.2%, even after we have had droughts in the country. Further to that, Madam Speaker, we want policies clearly that will speak to the bumper harvest. We don't want to hear people being shot that they're smuggling maize when you, as a government, another beautiful program, you encourage people to plant maize. We have 4 million metric tons. People want to start trading, you're shooting them down. That no, you're smuggling. How possible is that? We want it to be clear. Are people going to be allowed to export? Or are people going to be turning that maize into mealie meal and create jobs? That's what we want to see in that budget, among many other goodies that we're looking forward to. Madam Speaker, that said, I think we can give the Minister of Finance a year. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Her Honor the Vice President, winding up debate.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. In winding up the debate, you can tell, Madam, that people are very keen to receive this wonderful budget for 2026, because the Honourable Member decided to debate totally off my motion. My motion was to suspend standing orders, and he has gone through. That means that we are really waiting to see this wonderful budget as commended the Minister of Finance, and you can truly wait, and the honourable members will debate. But winding up, I must thank all the members for supporting this procedural and non-controversial motion to suspend standing orders, so that we can move smoothly with who does what in the House. Thank you, Madam.
I put the question. The question is that Standing Orders 24.1, 27.2, 87.1, 168.2, and 1711 and 2 of the National Assembly of Zambia Standing Orders 2024 be suspended to enable the House to sit from 14:15 hours until business is concluded on Friday, 26th September 2025, to omit the Vice President's question time from the order paper and to enable provincial ministers to deal with the estimates of their provinces in the committees and on the floor of the House. As many as are of that opinion say aye. Of the contrary say no. The ayes have it. The ayes have it. The question is resolved in the affirmative. I have permitted the Honorable Minister of Mines and Minerals Development to present a ministerial statement. The Honorable Minister of Mines and Minerals Development.
Yeah. Madam Speaker, I need your protection. Thank you very much, Madam Speaker, for according me this opportunity to render a ministerial statement to this House and to the nation at large on the number of artisanal mining licenses that have been issued to youths in Serenge from January 2021 to July 2025, year by year, and other related matters. This arose on 16 September 2025 during the proceedings for the consideration of questions for oral answer asked by Mr. Emmanuel Banda, Member of Parliament for Muchinga. Madam Speaker, as you may be aware, artisanal and small-scale mining subsector has grown considerably in recent years and serves not only as a source of livelihood for many people, but also contributes significantly to the country's socio-economic development. This subsector has a high potential to enhance its contribution to the mainstream national economy, revenue generation, and wealth creation. Madam Speaker, government has been making strides in ensuring that the artisanal and small-scale mining subsector is reorganized. Among the interventions being undertaken include formation of mining cooperatives across the various parts of the country where informal mining and trading activities have been taking place. The ministry has also undertaken capacity building programs for the miners in basic mining methods, skills, occupational health, safety, and environmental protection. I wish to inform this House that since 2023 up to 8th August 2025, a total of 1,498 artisanal and small-scale licenses have been issued countrywide. Out of these licenses, 1,201 are in gold mining and 297 are in non-gold mining commodities such as manganese and copper. During the period under review, Madam Speaker, the following artisanal mining licenses were issued in Serenge District year by year, including the list of names which is in the appendix. Number of artisanal mining licenses issued: 2021 14, 2022 1, 2023 16, 2024 31, 2025 January to July 14, total 76. As such, a cumulative total of 76 artisanal mining licenses were granted in Serenge District over the stated period, involving a variety of minerals such as copper, gold, manganese, quartz, limestone, talc,
and iron ore, among others. The diversity of these mineral commodities demonstrates the significant mineral potential of Serenje district. While these developments are encouraging, it is important to underscore that artisanal mining activities face several challenges. These include lack of access to geological information, limited access to finance and markets, lack of mining equipment and technology, lack of skills and occupational health and environmental safety concerns in mining operations. Allow me, Madam Speaker, to state that government, in addressing the various challenges by artisanal and small-scale miners is undertaking initiatives that include the following. A, establishment of a dedicated Department of Artisanal and Small-Scale Mining, ASM, facilitating access to finance, markets and equipment for artisanal and small-scale miners, conducting capacity-building programs and training for miners on basic mining methods, skill development, occupational health and safety, encouraging formation of cooperatives to enhance collective participation and granting them artisanal mining rights, and undertaking a countrywide high-resolution aerial geophysical survey. Madam Speaker, government has also repealed and replaced the Mines and Minerals Development Act number 11 of 2015 with the Mineral Regulation Commission Act number 14 of 2024 and the Geological and Minerals Development Act number 2 of 2025. Through the reforms, government has set up a fund dedicated to supporting the capacity development of artisanal and small-scale miners being established. Madam Speaker, I wish to reiterate that government agenda is to transform the artisanal and small-scale mining subsector into a sustainable driver of job creation, revenue generation, and socio-economic development. The issuance of artisanal mining licenses to our youths in Serenje is not just about access to mineral rights, but also about providing them with a gateway to opportunity, empowerment, and dignity. Madam Speaker, let me reaffirm that under the reforms on legal, policy, and institutional framework, government is determined to turn the untapped potential of artisanal mining into a form of vibrant and profitable subsector that benefits every Zambian. As government, we will continue to build capacity, provide support, and create an enabling environment where our youths and communities can thrive from their God-given resources. Madam Speaker, I thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. Honorable members are now free to ask questions on points of clarification on the ministerial statement presented by the Honorable Minister of Mines and Minerals Development. We start with the Honorable Member for Lukasha.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity to be the first one to ask a question to the Minister of Mines. Minister of Mines, I was just attracted to the idea of financing. I want to find out if the financing for the artisanal mines is going to be available by the government and how much money will be available for that financing. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
The Honorable Minister of Mines and Minerals Development.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker, and thank you, Honorable Member for Lukasha, for that very important question. From the onset, Madam Speaker, I would like to state that government is already supporting the artisanals. As we are talking right now, there are those who we've given washing plants, we've given them gold detectors, but I think that, Madam Speaker, the Honorable Minister of Finance, as he comes tomorrow, I think in the budget, we will know the exact figure that has been allocated to the artisanals. I thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. The Honorable Member for Chembe.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and thank you, Honorable Minister. Honorable Minister, on the these artisanal licenses that you are giving the youths, how many have you given the youths in Chembe especially that you have been so quiet pertaining to Mwombe mine. Thank you.
The Honorable Minister of Mines and Minerals Development.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Thank you, Honorable Member. Madam Speaker, if I was asked to bring anything around Luapula and Chembe, I would gladly come, but this was specific for Serenge. I thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you very much. The Honorable Member for Isoka.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I also wanted to talk about Isoka because I have youth in Isoka, and I want to find out if Honorable Minister has given licenses to my youth in Isoka constituency. I submit, Madam Speaker.
Even if his quality doesn't fall into the question, that is. So unfortunately. You honorable members, you can put in your own individual questions for clarification if you want those specifics. The honorable member for Mitete, I hope you are not also talking about Mitete.
Madam Speaker, thank you. Thank you so very much. And Minister, the statement is clear. But of late, we have had, and of course they're still there, illegal miners. How will these legally, these which government is going to support, these who bring some monies into the national coffers, be protected from these illegal miners? Madam Speaker, you may have heard of illegal miners against government security officers. How will these artisanal miners be protected? Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. The Honorable Minister of Mines and Minerals Development.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker and Honorable Member for Mitete. Madam Speaker, the issue of illegal mining is an emotive one. It's a problem that has been entrenched in our mining sector for quite a long time. And I'm glad to say that President Hakainde Hichilema has given clear instructions on how to approach the issues of artisanal small-scale mining vis-a-vis illegal mining. One of the things that he has given clear-cut is that there will be no illegal mining. Everywhere there has to be legal mining. Number two, there has to be safe mining. Number three, there has to be formal trade. And number four, which is, I think, will speak to what the Honorable Member is asking about, Madam Speaker, is security. So what we are doing now, 2 weeks ago, Madam Speaker, I was giving mining licenses to artisanal miners who've been trained by this government for the first time. We have trained them, we have capacitated them, but we have also put in place a security cluster which will be cleared, I think, which has been cleared by Cabinet, and when budgetary issues are allocated to them, they'll be able to clear out those areas and the land will be subdivided, and this is specifically for Zambians. Artisanal small-scale mining activities are only specific to Zambians. So we are working together with the security wings of government so that we can have those areas cleared and protected. But as they are being cleared, Madam Speaker, we wanted simultaneously the artisanals to be moving in these areas and begin to mine safely, legally, in a formal way, and in areas that are secure. I thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. The Honorable Member for Muchinga.
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker. And thank you so much to the Honorable Minister of Mines. I hope I will have a privilege to ask even 2 questions, Madam Speaker. The questions being from Serenge. Madam Speaker, I think I must commend the government in the first place that when you came up with this idea of artisanal mining licenses, you meant to cure the issue of illegal mining and also to empower the youths. Unfortunately, Madam Speaker, the minister said that a total of 76 licenses were issued to youths, and that is to be in Serenge specifically. Madam Speaker, youths in Serenge are illegal miners wherever they go to do mining. As a member of parliament who comes from Serenge district, I know the cooperatives and clubs of youths of Serenge that applied for mining licenses from 2021 up to 2025, and none of them got a license. If, Honorable Minister, you have given licenses in Serenge, those are not youths of Serenge. Now, my question is, Madam Speaker, I think maybe you just allow me to read maybe 3 names to the Honorable Minister. My question is, can you confirm to the youths of Serenge who are engaged in mining under Serenge All Metals Youth Club, Serenge Diggers Youth Cooperative, Multipurpose, and Rock Bottom Cooperative Multipurpose, can you confirm to them that they were given mining licenses? I have got a number of 6 of them here. Those that we know that these are miners in Serenge and they don't have licenses, but you have said 76 licenses. So we put aside 70, we remain with the 6. Can you confirm the 6 names that were given licenses who are youths of Serenge? Madam Speaker, I thank you.
Thank you. The Honorable Minister of Mines and Minerals Development.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I do have an appendix to my speech. The honorable member is, I may not go through it maybe for purposes of time, but I do have an appendix here of all the names that have been given in Serenge. Now, just to say that yes, licenses can be given in Serenge, but sometimes applicants can come from other districts. That is very possible. That's the way mining works. You can, yes. So miners can come from anywhere, Madam Speaker, as long as they are Zambians, they can apply. So what is important is for us leaders to be more proactive and push for our cooperatives. I do have a list here, and when people apply, Madam Speaker, sometimes people will apply and give an address of Serenge. And the ministry may not know that this person may not be from Serenge, but the address is saying Serenge. So I do have a list, Madam Speaker, of all the 76 with names and license numbers. So it is very clear. Maybe I'll avail this to the House and probably also to the Member of Parliament. I thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. The next Honorable Member for Kabwe Central.
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker, for the opportunity to ask a follow-up question. Minister, thank you so much, and congratulations to the new dawn government. For indeed, you are considering now the artisan, our cooperatives. They are receiving a lot of licenses now. Now, my follow-up question is on the structure that you have put, especially in Serenge, to avoid revenue loss through taxes. The structure you put in Northwestern Mufumbi is very excellent, because we have what ZCCMIH, which is the off-taker, and there you are going to control the revenue loss. But in Serenge, what have you put in place? Since the off-takers are fragmented, how are you going to make sure there is no revenue loss? Thank you.
Thank you. The Honorable Minister of Mines and Minerals Development.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker, and thank you, Honorable Member for Kabwe, for that very important question. Madam Speaker, like I have said, the government is rolling out this program. The piloting we have done in Mumbwa through Zambia Gold and also ZCCMIH will roll it out right across the country. So even Mumbwa will be included. As it stands now, we are still working with the people of Serenge, but not at the scale that we would want. We are rolling out this program of ZCCMIH buying, and I think that even Serenge will be catered for at a particular time. I thank you, Madam Speaker.
Yeah. Thank you. The Honorable Member for Nyimba.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I share boundaries with Muchinga constituency. And Minister, what measures are you taking? Just from the example you've given that there are others who are applying for licenses coming from other areas of Zambia, and they don't even know the areas where they're applying, because they sit in Lusaka, they are told that this area there is this tenement, you can apply for an artisanal license. They apply and they don't know what is happening on the ground at that particular area, and they pick the licenses. When they are here in Lusaka taking up, I think you know what I'm talking about, getting the license for area, they don't even know. What measures are you putting up to keep that type of disturbances on the local small-scale miners out there who knows where the areas are and are being deprived because they've got no access to move or travel to Lusaka to get the licenses? I thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. The Honorable Minister of Mines and Minerals Development.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker, and thank you, Honorable Member for Nyimba, for that question. Madam Speaker, I think that the concern of the Honorable Member for Nyimba is very, very valid. We do, yes, have people that have been gallivanting as miners and pretending, and they apply, because when the applications come, you wouldn't know specifically, like I said in my previous answer. But what we have done as government, like the example of Kikonge, we worked with the local chiefs, the local leaders there, to make sure that the cooperatives are really domiciled within those areas, because we want a larger percentage. Madam Speaker, gold is scattered all over the country this time around, and we want a larger percentage of those people domiciled in these areas to benefit from this resource as they sell to the aggregator. So we are now going to apply a rule of use it or lose it. If somebody is speculating with a license, we'll grab it. And therein, the Minerals Commission now comes in handy. Who will be the regulator? Part of the regulations they'll be doing is to check that people are not speculating with mining licenses. Because we have had a lot of speculators, people sitting with them, speculating and trying to make money out of licenses. So the issue is also to work with local leaders. One of the things, Madam Speaker, that the Minerals Commission will do is to set up committees within districts that will be able to check whether mining activities are taking place where licenses purportedly have been given. So that we are rolling out. It's a process. I know that your concern is very valid. You've been to me several times on that matter, but I think it's being addressed. It's a matter of use it or lose it. I thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. The Honorable Member for Muchinga.
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker, and thank you so much, Honorable Minister. You know, artisanal mining licenses are issued based on the actual point where the belt is. It's different from exploration licenses, like small scale and large scale. Now, what used to happen, Madam Speaker, in Serenge is that these youths with these clubs that I've just outlined here, they used to pass through the local leadership of the district commissioner. They go to the district commissioner for a recommendation letter, and then they go to make an application. And the application is thrown out. And then we see next day their licenses in those areas. And those youths who discovered the place are being pushed out, rendering them illegal miners. Now, the question, Honorable Minister, is, now that you know that most of the licenses, if not all of them, that you issued in Serenge, none of the youths of Serenge are beneficiaries, what remedial measures are you going to put in place to make sure that the people of Serenge should have licenses? Because if you can't get a license in a district where you come from, then you cannot get it elsewhere. And they also need to benefit from that artisanal mining fund that you have set up as government. But without licenses, they will never benefit. So what remedial measures have you put in place to make sure that the youth of Serenge benefits from this program, very good program that you have set up? Honorable Minister, Madam Speaker, I thank you.
Thank you very much. The Honorable Minister of Mines and Minerals Development.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Honorable Member, thank you very much. I really feel with you over that matter. Probably what we need to do is you to come to the ministry, we sit and go through this list. It may be that these are still Serenge people who you may not know. We must be alive to the fact that there are those that are just pure miners who apply and they live in Serenge and they are part of your community. So probably what we need to do is to find out from this list, the appendix that I've given, whether really these are people that live in Serenge, so that we can verify. But just pinpointing that this person lives in Serenge, it's a difficult thing. So, like you have said, if people pass through the local leadership, like what we've done in Mufumbwe, even in Kikonge area, it hasn't been a perfect process. There are people still who have hidden like they live in Kikonge, but they have licenses now. So that does happen because of the nature of human beings. But probably we can be able to verify, Madam Speaker, through the appendix that has been given. I thank you.
Quality. Thank you. The Honorable Member for Chipili.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Honorable Member, Minister, I have the question that you have answered on the measure that you have taken in place where, because most of the artisanal licenses are dormant. So I wanted to find out, but you have answered that the Commission is coming in to do that. Still, let me find another question. Minister, since you had mentioned Mufumbwe, where you have trained those people who have been given the artisanal miners or cooperative licenses, are you sure that out of over 50 number, all those who have been issued with the licenses, where they will be given the slot, there is gold in Mufumbwe everywhere? How have you come up with that? Because the others will not get anything. Thank you.
We have drifted to Mufumbwe. The Honorable Minister of Mines and Minerals Development.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and thank you, Honorable Member for Chipili. That can apply to Serenge, Madam Speaker. Mining is always a risk. And that's why you find those that do big mining companies, they want to share the risk. Sometimes you can have a portion and you don't find anything. That's a possibility. That's why, as Zambia now, we are mapping the country. When you map, you are going to do targeted exploration and targeted mining, because you now know that in this area there is suspicion of being a particular mineral. That is why mining, Madam Speaker, mapping is very, very important for this country. It will help us to do targeted mining, targeted exploration. So that is a possibility, Honorable Member, because mining is a risk. And that's why you need to do what we are doing as Zambia in terms of mapping the country. I thank you, Madam Speaker.
Good answer now, Pia.
Thank you. The Honorable Member for Nalolo.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. And just to thank the Minister for his statement and to commend him on the aspect of training of these miners. Honorable Minister, in the training of these small-scale miners, is there an environmental component that is looked at? Because I think mining is increasingly becoming a threat in terms of pollution to the environment. We can see in other areas these miners using mercury and so forth, and it's polluting our water. So I'd like to find out if there's an environmental component and if they are certified once trained, so that those who are trained can be identified. I thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. The Honorable Minister of Mines and Minerals Development.
Madam Speaker, I'm being disturbed by the Minister of Sport here. Honorable Member, thank you very much for that question, and thank you, Madam Speaker. Yes, so what is happening is this, Honorable Member. Madam Speaker, we are picking these cooperatives. we are giving them what we call offer letters, then we take them in class. So when we take them in class, it's a multi-sectoral approach. The water people are there. The youths are there. Those that overlook the youths. So when they are trained in one, mining itself, safe mining, which the president has talked about, legal mining. They are also trained in environmental matters to be able to mine in an environmentally friendly way. Madam Speaker, we have gone further to teach them the economy of mining, meaning the business side, so that they don't just mine when they make money, because mining is, any mineral is a wasting asset, it goes away. So we also are teaching them, when you make money, how to reinvest that money. Our vision, Madam Speaker, is to have these small-scale miners, these artisanal miners, eventually to begin to consortia. We have huge mining companies in Zambia today, Madam Speaker, that started with tailings in Ndola. It's a common story. And they built themselves into this huge mining conglomerate. So even for our artisanal miners, the training that we are giving them is to build capacity in them and also to teach them that think big and think outside the box. As you do legal mining, safe mining, formal trade, and security around yourselves, eventually grow into big mining companies, into junior miners, into medium scale, until they begin to become big mining companies. Madam Speaker, when you meet these young artisanal miners, most of them, by virtue of what they've been doing, illegally as it may be, you'd find that they understand the geology of what they are doing. You find that they have turned themselves into surveyors. So when we are teaching them, they are basically relating what they have been doing on the ground with the theory of mining, with the science of mining. So after we have trained them, Madam Speaker, that is when we are producing a certificate for them. And that certificate is the qualification to now get a mining license. So you cannot actually get an artisanal license without that certificate that is showing that you have been trained. So really, your concerns have been taken care of, and we are moving. Madam Speaker, the process may not be as perfect. When something starts, it could have some teething issues. But eventually, as we go, we have started. Ngole Kwelo Lupiri, you start with one step, Madam Speaker. When you are climbing a hill, one step is very important. So that is what we are doing. I thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you very much. The next will be the Honorable Member for Chimwemwe. The Honorable Member for Lundazi, you are next. Please get ready.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Honorable Minister, 76 cooperatives, that's good enough. Honorable Minister, you say that some people are actually getting licenses, but they don't live in those areas. It's true, Honorable Minister, that most of our youth are envious of their colleagues that live in mine-rich reserve areas. But it's unfortunate that they can't also be miners there. Do you have any intentions of perhaps leaving a certain percentage to accommodate people that don't live in those areas, like maybe 20–30%, so that they can also enjoy what their friends are enjoying? Thank you.
Mwambela. Meaning, have you heard the question? You got the question? Okay. The Honorable Minister of Mines and Minerals Development.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Chimwemwe. I think Madam Speaker is asking about those that live within those areas, yet they are envying those that come to mine. I'm sure I got you correctly. So, Madam Speaker, yes, and that is why I have said the way we've rolled out in Kikonge is the way we want to roll out in other areas, where local community leaders are able to identify. It is very important that those that are doing mining, Madam Speaker, even at artisanal level, must have the social license, because they can't be cooking within those areas, and yet they just see their friends, lives change. Without them, they are also experiencing the same. So really the involvement of local leadership is cardinal to ensure that those that live within those areas, all of us here, Madam Speaker, we want, if you have a mine in your area, the first thought that comes to you like the honorable member for Serenge, is your people that live within the area where you are. And that is being taken care of by engagements. I must apologize for how it was done in the past, but I think we are going to correct it. I thank you, Madam Speaker.
Yeah. Thank you. The honorable member for Lundazi, who is joining us virtually.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Honorable Minister, the question that I have for you is dependent on how we are not growing our Bank of Zambia reserves due to haphazard way of doing our mining. The question that I have for you is these mining licenses which you have issued to the miners in Serenge, are they backed by mapping, or it is just the usual haphazard way where we cannot get a benefit out of it because they may end up selling just to private buyers? I submit.
Thank you. The Honorable Minister of Mines and Minerals Development.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. And thank you, Honorable Member for Lundazi. I think sometimes let's learn to use the right words in our vocabulary, because maybe if you are coming from an haphazard scenario in the past, you think everybody is working haphazard. Our government, Madam Speaker, is methodical, is systematic. For the first time, we are training people. Madam Speaker, if I show you the increase in numbers in terms of 2020, I'll give you the figure. At 2020, artisanal mining activities were contributing 13,000 tons. When we came last year, artisanal miners alone, 45,000. Numbers don't lie. This year, we are targeting 80,000 for artisanals, and we are getting there. Now, between these figures, who was haphazard? And who is systematic? Who is methodical? Because numbers don't lie.
No, they don't.
We are 16% above what we produced during the period that mines were dead. We are rushing, Madam Speaker, towards 1 million tons, a psychological barrier for the first time in the history of Zambia. We are heading to 1 million tons. Madam Speaker, when you go to BOZ today, even the report that I gave as a quarterly report for the Ministry of Mines, it is showing that there is an increase in gold reserves at BOZ. So when an honorable member is not doing research and not finding out what is happening in the economy, they can say that actually BOZ numbers are going down, when the truth of the matter is that they are going up. And we have figures to that effect, and I'm ready, Madam Speaker, to bring them on the floor of the House tomorrow and show you this is how the figures have moved from the time President Echechin Karakatimba took over the reins of this country. As our figures are going up. Now, if improvement is equal to haphazardness, Madam Speaker, what I mean is we must swap the words. Because us, haphazard is what was happening. This time, controlled, properly, methodical, and we are moving forward. I thank you, Madam Speaker.
There was an indication for a point of order. Honorable Member for Nyimba, what's the point of order?
Madam Speaker, pursuant to Standing Order 71, is the Minister in order to use a foreign language here called Inkarakatimba? What does Inkarakatimba mean, Madam? Maybe he's insulting us. So can you tell us what he means by that word, Madam Speaker? Thank you.
Honorable Minister, what does the word mean?
Madam Speaker, it means a great person. It means a man who is strong and hard and tough. Yeah, very hard working. That's what it means. I thank you, Madam Speaker.
So, Honorable Member for Nyimba, I was just saying you are Karakatimba. Unfortunately, maybe I can allow a few more questions. We go to the honorable member for Mukushi North.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker, for the opportunity. Honorable Minister, the scenario in
10
Serenge,
minutes more, 10 more minutes.
the scenario in Serenge is not different from that of Mukoshi. We have a lot of youths that are doing this mining. Maybe mine could not be a question as such, could be just an appeal or request that could you be in the position of sharing the information that you have of how many artisanal licenses that you have given out throughout the country, and indeed segmenting them district by district, maybe supply them or deliver them in our pigeon holes so that maybe we can have the information that it takes, so that our youths there can be told what they have and indeed what they are missing. Thank you very much, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. There is a request, Honorable Minister.
Madam Speaker, thank you, and thank you, Honorable Member. I think that is a very fair point. We can be able to do that. I'll give instructions to my officers to do that kind of breakdown. It's quite a lot because there are over 1,500. So they have to do an appendix like they've done for Serenge, where they print this out. Madam Speaker, I'll try my level best and we'll try and bring it to Parliament so that it can be put in pigeonholes. I thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you very much. The Honorable Member for Masaiti.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Honorable Minister, taking into account Honorable Member of Parliament for Serenge, the issues he raised about those 6 groupings that were left out in issuing their licenses, how can these artisanal small-scale mining operations be made more equitable and prevent human rights abuses and child labor? Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. The Honorable Minister of Mines and Minerals Development.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker, and thank you, Honorable Member, for that very important question. I think, Madam Speaker, that's why I've applauded the House for supporting the setting up of a regulator, because therein lies all those things. I think in the past we lacked capacity to be able to supervise what is going in these mining areas. And that is why these 4 pillars that we've been given of no illegal mining, there has to be safe mining, there has to be formal trade. All these issues will lie within the regulator to be able to check that we are implementing the policies around these areas of not having child labor within these mining companies. In fact, Madam Speaker, because of the introduction of free education, a lot of children have actually decamped from these mining sites, going back to school, because even the school feeding program, because it is attracting them to be in class and also have food. So really, this has helped to decamp most of our children that have been in these sites. So really, that has worked well, but it hasn't finished completely. And the regulator will be tasked to make sure there is no child labor, to make sure there is no illegal mining, but also to make sure benefit to communities where these, mining tenements are domiciled. I thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. The Honorable Member for Kamfinsa.
Madam Speaker, thank you for the opportunity to direct a very important follow-up question to the Minister responsible for mines and minerals development. Madam Speaker, the Member of Parliament from Muchinga has raised a very important issue which I think needs to be addressed holistically, but also look at it from a nationalistic point of view. Madam Speaker, I want to find out from the Minister. Minister, you are aware that Zambia has been mining since the year 1930. And if we go back to our history, Madam Speaker, the people that were able to migrate from different places into, for instance, the Copper Belt, were not just people who settled on the Copper Belt. It's from across all parts of Zambia. And that is why I want to understand, what is the policy around the criteria for allocating these licenses to people. Because when you say a local person should be given priority, there must be a national document that speaks to that criteria, which accommodates Zambians. I mean, we are all Zambians. So all Zambians would want to enjoy this resource. So I want to find out, Madam Speaker, from a holistic point of view, to avoid these challenges we have where local people feel others should not be given the opportunity. What is the policy of government on how these licenses should be issued so that we are guided, Madam Speaker, to build a nation that is one, a nation that allows everyone to enjoy these opportunities? Minister, I hope my follow-up question is very clear, and you hope that you can provide an answer that guides the nation. We need to build a Zambia, Madam Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you. The Honorable Minister of Mines and Minerals Development.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker, and thank you, Honorable Member. Very important question. Madam Speaker, it is true that we've been mining for over 100 years, and one thing that I'll say clearly, which is a policy direction from this government, is that Zambia is one unitary state, and all the wealth of this country belongs to every Zambian. That one is clear. This government has been very clear, because if we start segmentation, we are going to cause problems. So, Madam Speaker, all the wealth of this country, be it in agriculture, be it in forestry, be it mining, belongs to every Zambian. Everything, every resource, water, they belong to every Zambian. Now, Madam Speaker, we must not forget the fact that we have people that are hosting these resources, and we must not leave them out. And that is why I've said, because of the coming in of the mining regulator, those are some of the issues that we are going to be looking at as these licenses, for example, for artisanals are being done. We have done a model in Kikonge for the gold. There we have majority of the people from Mufumbwe, from Kasempa, but also we do have people that are coming from other areas who are getting artisanal licenses from there. Because if we said that we block people from other provinces, for example, to go to Mufumbwe, Kopala guys, Madam Speaker, also say only Kopalas will be here. Then people from Mumbwa and Nalolo, not Nalolo, Nangoma, are also going to say no, no Mumbwans to come into Nangoma. So that we must never ever allow, and that's why President HH even yesterday, during the time when he was speaking to chiefs, he said Zambia is one unitary state, all wealth belongs to every Zambian. But really, the people that are hosting these resources will be taken care of. I thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. The Honorable Member for Lubasenshi.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Honorable Minister of Mines and Mineral Development, the people of Rubansenshi are following. And when you talk about empowering the Zambian people with licenses, it's really progressive. Why am I saying so? I had an opportunity to visit Tanzania and even in some areas within Zambia where a lot of youth and even adult people are doing something that is able to take care of them. This is good. Now, as much as our people are able to get these mining licenses in the name of artisanal, I would like to hear from you what mechanisms that the government has put in place to ensure that the people of Chavuma, the people of Rubansenshi, the people of Rusaka, or may I say the country, can able to benefit in terms of taxes that will be collected from these artisanal mines, because I know that if they get licenses to mine gold, gold is expensive, they get a lot of money, but at the end of the day, they don't pay any tax. And the Zambian government is keep on losing revenue. What measures have you put in place to ensure that equity in terms of national resources can be felt by the all Zambians? I submit.
Thank you. The Honorable Minister of Mines and Minerals Development.
I thank you, Madam Speaker, and thank you, Honorable Member for Lubansenshi, for that important question. Madam Speaker, a license is a document that gives us traceability for whoever is doing any mining activities. And you remember there is a question that came, and I said, we are now going to implement a policy of use it or lose it. We don't want licenses with speculators. That is why sometimes, Madam Speaker, I'm sure you've heard ZRA saying, we have in our records this number of licenses, but only this number is paying taxes. The reason is most of them could be speculators. And that is why now the regulator comes in place. I used to emphasize on the floor of the House that we need this regulator in place, because those are some of the things they'll be doing, because they'll be working hand in hand with tax authorities. So that will be followed through to make sure we profile everyone that is mining so that they pay the necessary taxes. I thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. I think that's how far we can go. We make progress. Question for oral answer, understanding order 82. The Honorable Member for Chairman North.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Question number 2424.
Thank you. The Honorable Acting Minister of Finance and National Planning.
Madam Speaker, thank you so much. The Honorable Member of Parliament, Honorable Muteya Chalo, asks the Minister of Finance and National Planning what the cause of the erratic disbursement of the 2025 Constituency Development Fund for Chama North and the other parliamentary constituencies is, and B, when the CDF will be fully dispersed. Madam Speaker, the response from the Minister of Finance is the story of Constituency Development Fund is nothing less than a testament to the success of this government to foster inclusive development at the local level through enhanced Constituency Development Fund. The Zambian people have been empowered to be the architects of their own development. This is reflected in the increase of the CDF to 5.6 billion kwacha in the 2025 allocation from a 249.6 million kwacha in 2021, translating into an allocation of 36.1 million kwacha from a paltry 1.6 million kwacha per constituency in the past. Madam Speaker, I wish to report that as at 31st of August this very year, the Treasury had raised 3.4 billion, representing 60% budget performance. In view of the foregoing, let me affirm that the Treasury is on track with the disbursement of the CDF. Let me further reiterate that the release of CDF funds to various constituencies is based on the consumption capacity. May I repeat, Madam Speaker, because this is very important to honorable members of Parliament. Let me further reiterate that the release of CDF funds to various constituencies is based on the consumption capacity of the constituency. Madam Speaker, with regard to Chama North, I wish to inform this August House that my counterpart from the Ministry of Local Government, who is also my own self, and Local Government Rural Development, can confirm that a total of 25.9 million kwacha has been raised to the constituents representing 70. We are not from Chama North. 28.9 million kwacha has been raised to the constituents representing 72% of the total CDF allocation for the particular constituency. This means that so far, Chama North has received a higher proportion of its allocation funds, and it shows that the CDF implementation pace for Chama North is relatively higher than the average constituencies. Madam Speaker, I wish, with that being said, I wish to acknowledge and commend
the Honorable Member of Parliament for Chama North, Honorable Yota Muteacharo, and ask him to continue this exemplary utilization of funds and highlight that his constituency may be one of the few constituencies to receive the entire 36.1 million kwacha for the year 2025. However, let me still acknowledge that there is an increase in demand for funds due to the 2024 allocation not being funded in full. In this regard, the Treasury was set to address this shortfall in 2026 revenue permitting. Madam Speaker, as the House may be aware, CDF disbursement is quarterly, and therefore the next disbursement will be done in the fourth quarter of 2025. Madam Speaker, as Minister of Finance, I thank you.
Thank you very much. Supplementary questions, the Honorable Member for Chama North.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Thank you, Minister, for that response. Madam Speaker, I think as early as yesterday, I was talking to the Council Secretary, because what I know is that for Chama North, we have been paid less than 15 million kwacha. And we made the request about almost 2 months ago. The money has not been released. So I'm surprised, Madam Speaker, that 25 million has been paid. Has it been paid today? Because yesterday, we don't have that money in our account. I submit.
There is an indication for a point of order. What's the point of order, Honorable Member Fonkan?
Madam Speaker, on Standing Order number 71 speaks to facts being provided to, to the House. I am afraid, Madam Speaker, if the status quo is not corrected, vis-a-vis the information the acting Minister of Finance has provided, it is going to put us, members of Parliament, in a very awkward position. Madam Speaker, as an example, Nkana in 2025 has only received 3 million, if not 4 million kwacha. In 2024, we only received 20%. If this information he has tendered to this August House is allowed to grace the answered, and the people who are following this conversation, the information is not corrected, it will look like we are just lazy. And we are not just utilizing the funds that have already been allocated. Madam Speaker, is it in order to tell the Zambian people that he has released funds when in essence this is almost the end of the year? He has only given us 4 million for the year 2025 and just about 20% for 2024. Is it in order to give us misleading information and to give the public this misleading information? I seek your indulgence.
Thank you very much. I don't know whether that's a point of order or a question. Maybe you could just ask a question and provide your own facts which you have in hand. For me to rule whether in order or out of order, I also don't have the facts. So I'm just listening to the acting Minister of Finance, who is been given information by his operatives, and the Honorable Member from Nkana, who is also on the ground. So it's very difficult to see who is being truthful. Just ask a question later on, Honorable Member from Nkana. So the Honorable Acting Minister of Finance, there was a question from the Honorable Member for Chama North.
Madam Speaker, you may recall that from 2022-2023, the consumption rate of CDF, which is called the burning rate, was very, very low. So there is no way a government would have kept on sending money to local authorities that were not performing. Not until when we decided to come up with more or less a demand notice coming from the local authority. Once they exhaust what we gave them, they have to write to the ministry, show proof to say, indeed, resources are exhausted. That's when we release. Now, if in Kitwe, in Nkana, they are doing the opposite, then it's unfortunate, and that a follow-up should be made. For Chairman North, Madam Speaker, I really commend as Minister of Local Government. Now, I commend the push from that Member of Parliament. It's really commendable. Now, when I say 25.9, I'm not saying it was paid at a go. No. There is quarterly disbursement. Next year, it's another quarter which is coming. So by next year, there will be an allocation for them. So to say they received 15 million when the ministry is sitting on 25.9, we need to reconcile the figures so that we know exactly whether it is the local authority that has some information which is not correct or otherwise. But otherwise, the information comes from the ministry. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. But if the honorable member for Chairman North is saying he's received only, according to his information, only 15 million, and then the ministry is saying 25.9 million has been dispersed, where is the difference? I think you need to sit down and do reconciliation here. There could be some serious anomalies here. The honorable member, let's make progress, but that is a point that you need to look at. You need to do some reconciliations. The honorable member for Kamfinsa.
Madam Speaker, about 15 waliko na bwino. About 15 waliko na bwino. Meaning the one who has received 15 million is even better than most constituencies. Madam Speaker, to take advantage of this very, very important question that the Member of Parliament for Chama has raised, Madam Speaker, I want to find out from the Acting Minister of Finance, who is also the substantive Minister of Local Government. Minister, you are aware that some of us have been calling you over this problem. Okay, issues affecting our young people that have been sent into private and public colleges that expect that this money will be released on time. Madam Speaker, we have students going to radio stations complaining. Yesterday I received a phone call from Kitwe that Notec students have gone to Radio Ichengelo complaining that the money hasn't been released. The town clerk is aware, Madam Speaker, for Kitwe. And I'm saying taking advantage because on this floor, an impression might be created, Madam Speaker, and it will be a wrong impression that will be created to show that one constituency can get 15 million. Kamfinsa has only gotten 4 million, Madam Speaker. And I'm wondering from where I'm standing, even if there's a provision for a demand notice, Madam Speaker, that demand notice can't be at variance with the disbursement because projects are being implemented at the same time. And that is why I want to find out, Minister, you are acting and at the same time you are Minister Local Government. You want CDF to work, but the money is not being dispersed. Can you confirm before this August House how much money is supposed to be released on a quarterly basis? Because 3 quarters are gone, Madam Speaker. 36 divided by 4 quarters. It means 9 million per quarter. By now, Madam Speaker, we should be sitting on 27 million. Minister, can you clarify? Otherwise, these members of Parliament, including those from the ruling party, will be sacrificed, Madam Speaker. I thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. The Honorable Acting Minister of Finance and National Planning.
Madam Speaker, the question is for Chairman North, but I'll give him a bonus answer. Not long ago.
No, Honorable Minister, the question goes further for Chairman North and other parliamentary constituencies.
Now, let me respond to him, Madam Speaker. Thank you so much for the correction. Madam Speaker, truth be told, I can roughly say 2 months ago, I was talking to my dear colleague, Honorable Member of Parliament for Kamfinsa, when he had the challenges with the students not getting their allowances, isn't it? Yes. Money was released to him. Two months ago. 2 weeks ago, he called to say he needed some more money because there was a lot of pressure. I responded to him to say, let me consult Minister of Finance, which I did. And I gave him a response. Because local government is a conveyor belt. When finance releases, we give them. At the Minister of Local Government, it's within 48 hours, money should move. So I gave him the response from Minister of Finance. So sometimes, when someone says has that been given 4 million, if it is true, then there's something wrong with the local authority there. Literally something wrong that we have to develop interest. Because otherwise, when resources are available, Madam Speaker, demand not given to Minister of Local Government and Rural Development, money is given and shared. Same applies with Chairman North, way back, it must be 3 months ago, he called, we sorted out the issue, because resources were there. Now, there has been this delay was one, we are still allowing the money to come from Minister of Finance, which we have been told the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter is next week. And according to the Minister of Finance, is assuring the ministry to say resources will be made available, all the resources, all the balances within this very year. That's the response I can give. So in the variance with the minister, the member of parliament for Chairman North, what I'm saying is, dear colleague, tomorrow come in the morning, let us reconcile the figures. Because what I gave you is an official figure the minister was given. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. There's order, honorable members. There's an indication for a point of order. Honorable member Fonkana, this is the second one you are doing today.
Madam Speaker, I need your serious indulgence in this matter. 71. The minister who is on the floor is acting Minister of Finance, not Minister of Local Government. He is making statements in which he is insinuating he hasn't received money from the Ministry of Finance. Is he in order to continue responding to questions as though he was Minister of Local Government when this question is going to him in his capacity as acting Minister of Finance, who should actually give a clear answer as to how much has been released? Say in Kamfinsa, is it 4 million he has released or there is more? Madam Speaker, this must be corrected. Is he in order to run away from the responsibility of him acting as Minister of Finance to now start asking and giving assumptions? I seek your indulgence.
Order, honorable members. Even me, where I'm seated here, I'm listening. I'm paying attention very attentively. So what I have seen is that the honorable minister the honorable minister of local government, rural and rural development, was answering the questions as an acting minister of finance and national planning. But in the same process, because he said he was a conveyor belt, so it was from that point that he said, as a conveyor belt, as Minister of Local Government and Rural Development, I did send money to the honorable member for Kamfinsa. And then he asked for more money. That is what he was saying. He was just... I think then that is an issue. Honorable members, the best that the best that can happen under the circumstances is that let's engage directly with the Honorable Minister of Local Government, who in turn engage the Honorable Minister of Finance and National Planning to determine the amounts of money that have been disbursed to the Honorable Member for Kamfinsa, Honorable Member for Nkana, or any other member that would want to find out how much money has been disbursed. Remember, the Honorable Minister, again, from what I was hearing, he was saying that money is released according to the burnout rate. Burnout rate. And you issue a demand notice or whatever notice it is. So if Honorable Member for Kamfinsa, you issued a demand notice and the money was not disbursed, I'm sure if you are trying, you can show that demand notice to him to say we have burned out the money, we have issued a burnout notice, now we need our next disbursement. I'm just trying to see how best this issue can be resolved, because I see that most honorable members are saying the money has not been released. Most actually. So, so my honorable honorable Minister for Local Government and Rural Development, please consult with the Honorable Minister of Finance, especially after the budget maybe, to see how you can engage the honorable members so that this issue is clarified. Otherwise, it will keep on coming up and coming up. Even if I give honorable members to ask questions, I think the story will be the same. There is a point of order. The Honorable Minister. Oh, okay, I thought it was the Honorable Minister of Labour. The Honorable Member for Kanyama, what's the point of order?
Thank you so much. Just behave. Just behave. Thank you so much, Madam Speaker. My point of order is channeled to the Minister of Infrastructure and Housing. Madam Speaker, last week this House was informed that Kanyama was allocated with about 2.9 kilometers of roads that will be contracted in Kanyama. Now, what is happening on the ground is something different. We are only allocated with 100 kilometers. And the two, no, 1 kilometer, sorry, Madam Speaker. 1 kilometer, Madam Speaker. Yes. Can I finish? We are only the works that needs to be done in Kanyama is only 1 kilometer against the 2.9 kilometers that were assured. But now, my question is the minister in order not to come back to the House to tell us whether there has been a change of plan or change of allocation as to the kilometers that needs to be done in Kanyama? Madam Speaker, I seek your serious ruling on this one. I thank you.
So I was just wondering, if there was an allocation for 2.9 kilometers and you are given 100 kilometers, is there any reason to complain? So, Honorable Member for Kanyama, that point of order is not admissible, because it's something that you can discuss with the Honorable Minister of Infrastructure. Please go and visit him. According to our rules, standing orders, they do not, that point of order is not admissible. Thank you. So, the Honorable Member for Chilubi.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, we have a problem. The question was about erratic supply of money to the CDF. The supply of money is not even endemic or epidemic, it's pandemic now. The erratic is pandemic. Madam Speaker, we are demanded, there are 3 values that have been attached to the CDF. And there's demand for right prices and the like, they always parrot that. But CDF is also a cycle, which starts with approval of budgets, of projects, then there is procurement, then there is implementation. There is also an issue of inflationary pressure, where, for instance, in Chirubi, some of the materials have to pass on the water and all those factors. Just a slight change for 2 weeks, things you will find they are different in terms of pricing. Now, we are having a problem where we can be having unfinished buildings and the like and so forth because of the same problem. Madam Speaker, where I've seen a problem and the minister has to guide me is policy inconsistencies. The Minister of Finance would say, going to be mopping the resources for CDF for different years. They will stay there and the like and so forth. So, meaning, consultants can have a fallback plan in case of anything. But you find that midway, there is another thing that has been introduced. So, can all the councils mop resources? I don't know if they take them into Control 99 or something like that. They know better. Then they take there. The consultants, the consuls remain with empty accounts. And at the end of the day, there's nothing that is... Meanwhile, they have engaged contractors where even the AG's office, the Attorney General's office has come in. And the contractors, legally, those are having contracts. But you find the money is erratic. So I just want to appeal to the minister. I know that you are, because you are quite new in that ministry. Can we have some policy inconsistency? Instead of changing this monetary arrangements, today you say this, the other day you say that. That is the question.
Order, honorable members. At this rate, we are not going to make progress. It appears everybody wants to debate while they are seated. We are throwing our standing orders through the window. Please, let's desist. I don't know if the Honorable Acting Minister of Finance and National Planning has a comment.
Madam Speaker, thank you so much. Madam Speaker, allow me to thank my dear colleagues, especially on your left, to thank them that now they have accepted to say CDF is indeed a game changer. Now that they are seeing development in their respective constituencies. That's why if you look at the question, it never said there is no disbursement. It is just erratic. So, very, very commendable. People are saying it's a hoax. Members of Parliament will say it's a hoax. Now, I thank you, dear colleagues, that at least you are seeing the value for CDF. Indeed, the new Dawn government is working. Thank you so much. Honorable Member of Parliament for Chirubi, thank you so much, my dear brother. Say there is inconsistency in the policies. Understand? Because if there was the minister initially said, no, we are cancelling the CDF, I've said, yes, there is inconsistency. Now, since we are saying CDF is there and it shall be given, definitely there is no inconsistency. So, when money is given, don't wait for the minister to mop up. That's why we're saying, why should we send the money to someone who doesn't want to use it? If the local authority does not want to use the money, definitely it will come out. It will go to somewhere where it is required to be utilized. That's why we came up with a demand notice. You ask for money, we talk to Minister of Finance, money is released, it comes to you. Our role as members of Parliament, if you recall, was it 2 weeks ago when I was debating, I said we are the major stakeholders in CDF. Who are asking questions? It's you, members of Parliament. So make sure these local authorities, the controlling officers, take them to task to make sure that once money goes into the account, it is utilized. Once it is utilized, please let us know. Once you let us know, we talk to Minister of Finance. Basically, there is no inconsistency. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. We go to Petauke, Honorable Member for Petauke Central.
Thanks so much, Madam Speaker, for giving chance to the good people of Petauke to ask the Minister of Finance and National Planning, in this case, the Acting Minister. Honorable Minister, Acting Minister, since this method of disbursement is throwing developmental projects in our constituency. Do you intend to provide lump sum directly to our constituencies in the near future?
A question.
Order. The Honorable Acting Minister of Finance and National Planning.
Madam Speaker, thank you so much, and I'd like to thank the Member of Parliament for Petauke. Indeed, Madam Speaker, I was in his constituency. We had a very, very good time when we were inspecting CDF projects together. Wonderful. That's very, very good. Madam Speaker, initially when the government came up with this enhanced CDF, money was released in lump sum. But what came out, money was not being utilized. A lot of issues arose. Now we said, no, we can't just allow money to go, be in the banks. When the government needs to use in some needy areas, and the councils, by that time, they are not even picked. At the moment, Madam Speaker, I commend all the members of Parliament to say they are putting me in my right position to push for CDF, because they are anxious, they want to utilize the money, unlike the way it was initially. Money was just being put in the accounts. Local government, so these council officers were often out of the offices. Not until we said, no, let us control so that at least we have a say to the developmental agenda of our constituencies. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. The Honorable Member for Nyimba.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Minister, you know the enhancement of CDF is a flagship for UPND government, and some of the constituencies, I think, have utilized the money to the forest. Now, I was just checking the figures for my constituency, Nyimba, Madam Speaker. Last year we received lesser money than this year, and you know the burning capacity for Nyimba Council or Nyimba as a constituency, it's at 100%. I think, Madam Speaker, we are one of the best performing councils, in fact, among the 5 best performing councils in the country. The minister knows that. Now Minister, if you look at the disbursement of funds this year and last year, it hasn't been very much encouraging. And my question is very simple. A good number of our constituencies, including mine, let me take Nyimba, because there's others there. We are looking for 10 million. We've been looking for 10 million for the last 2 months. And the projects have stored in Nyimba. The question to you, Minister, when are you funding these constituencies which needs money? And I've written those demand notice to your office. I thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. The Honorable Acting Minister of Finance and National Planning.
Madam Speaker, thank you so much. Indeed, I was in Nyimba. The projects are very, very good. Very, very good. Nyimba is changing because of CDF. Madam Speaker, in my statement, I indicated to say resources.
Honorable Minister, you are answering now as Acting Minister of Finance and National Planning.
Oh, I'm sorry. Madam Speaker, indeed, like I indicated in my statement, to say the first quarter, so the fourth quarter, which starts next week, resources will be made available. And the wish of Minister of Finance is that all the money should be given, the balances should be given before the end of year. Maybe by 31st of December 2025, everyone would have received the balances. Thank you so much.
Thank you. The Honorable Member for Chipili.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Honorable Minister, there is no need of laboring on how CDF is doing in our constituencies. Everyone knows. But the problem is, no, that's what I'm saying. There's no need. It is there to see. But if you cannot fund our projects, it's something else. In my constituency, Chipiri, we have submitted. Anytime that my officers are trying to find out from your office, they have been telling them, can you resubmit? I was talking to the council secretary, can you resubmit? So I'm not buying that statement that you have brought before this August House. Me, I want you to invite me to your office, not for the cup of tea, but to come and collect money on my people. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Order, honorable members. Order, honorable members. Now I'm just wondering, honorable member for Chipiri, you want to be invited by the acting Minister of Finance and National Planning or the Minister of Local Government and Rural Development?
I think is one who is presenting the statement. Acting Finance, then through him, he can contact who have sent him to be there.
The Honorable Acting Minister of Finance and National Planning.
Thank you so much, Honorable Member of Parliament for Chipiri. Indeed, Madam Speaker, the Honorable Member of Parliament, I'm inviting him as Acting Minister of Finance. I will relay the message to the substantive Minister. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Make sure you go with an Ukwa bag. The Honorable Member for Chitambo.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Minister, or Acting Minister of Finance. I'm sure these challenges that everyone has said here are real. There is no money in the CDF account. In this case, Chitambo wants to buy the yellow machines. Even yesterday, I was talking to the CS who told me that money is not yet there, and suppliers are still holding on to the things that we want to buy. So, my question to you, Minister, is, are you able to furnish these members of Parliament with a list of how money has been disbursed to each and every constituency? You can put that information in our pigeonhole so that we are able to see and compare with what our council secretaries are telling us. I thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. The Honorable Acting Minister of Finance and National Planning.
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker, and Honorable Member of Parliament for Chitambo. Thank you so much. Madam Speaker, this is a very, very transparent government. That shall be done. Thank you.
Thank you. The Honorable Member for Chimwemwe.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Honorable Minister, are you aware that government is losing a lot of money due to price variations, especially on construction works, due to this new system that you've put in place where the council needs to raise a demand notice? I'm giving a practical example from Chimwemwe. We've lost so far 150,000 kwacha from fruit projects because the money didn't come on time. So do you have any intentions of going around and making an assessment to see how much money government is actually losing due to this new system? Perhaps you need to relook at the system. Madam Speaker, I thank you.
Thank you. The Honorable Acting Minister of Finance and National Planning.
Madam Speaker, thank you so much, and my dear colleague, Honorable Manda, thank you for the question. Madam Speaker, money is given quarterly. So if there is loss of money, we shall make our own investigations. We shall go on the ground and also make an assessment and see whether there can be an adjustment. But of course, the route that we had taken initially, it costed more than what I feel could be a loss now. Otherwise, we are ready to go and make an assessment to save resources.
Thank you. I think now we have exhausted. Let's try again. The Honorable Member for Chembe.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, to give the people of Chembe to echo a voice on this important matter. Honorable Minister, you are aware that most of the projects to do with bridges and roads, the period of working on these projects mainly starts from April up to October. Now, looking at the issue at hand, how quickly are the constituency, including Chembe, going to have this money in our accounts? Thank you, Madam Speaker.
The Honorable Acting Minister of Finance and National Planning.
Madam Speaker, thank you so much. As the Minister of Finance, I said the first quarter. And in the first quarter, there are first 2 weeks. It's my sincere and honest wish that the first 2 weeks of October, resources should be made available to all the constituencies that utilize and have sent demand notice. Thank you so much.
So is it first quarter or fourth quarter? Fourth quarter.
Sorry, Madam Speaker, fourth quarter, but the first 2 weeks of October.
Thank you very much. The Honorable Member for Chama South.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and thank you, Honorable Minister, for the wonderful work that you are doing. Madam Speaker, if we try to politicize CDF, we are simply killing our own people, because it's something that involves all of us as members of Parliament. If the burning rate, the way the minister has indicated, is low, you not get the money. For us in Chama, this CDF, Honorable Minister, we've done 60 kilometers, we are doing bridges, and your payment, we have no problem. So I wonder why some people can say they are not receiving the money. It simply means they want to do politics at the expense of the people. My question to you, Honorable Minister, was exactly what the Honorable Member for Chembe had said, since you've indicated, because we are all running out of the money and we are paid. Last year we were paid in full, the other year we were paid in full. As Chama, my colleague is here, he can attest to that. So since you've said the first 2 weeks of October, I have no further question to ask, Madam Speaker.
Does the Honorable Acting Minister of Finance want to comment on that comment?
Madam Speaker, thank you so much, and the Honorable Member of Parliament for Chama South, thank you. Madam Speaker, I've been exonerated. Let me make it clear. Local authorities that do not want to use resources, Madam Speaker, resources will never be made available. Not until resources sent for CDF is utilized and a statement is sent to show that money has been utilized, resources will be made available. So members of Parliament who are pushing, like the Member of Parliament for Chama North and Chama South, Madam Speaker, they will receive the entire CDF in full. But if we sit here, we want to just start politicking without pushing the local authorities to do the right thing, these are the challenges that we are going to face. Please, I urge, I'm pleading with my fellow members of Parliament to say, please, let us make sure that we push these local authorities. I'm pleading with you, Honorable Member of Parliament for Nkana. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Let's listen to the last one. The Honorable Member for Lumezi is new, maybe has some new ideas.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, for giving chance to the voice of Lumezi. Madam Speaker, I want to say CDF is really a game changer. And delay to disburse funds is delay to development. Madam Speaker, Lumezi has never failed in terms of implementation for CDF funds. And I want to thank the
honorable
Minister.
members, I can't hear what the honorable member for Lumezi. Oh, the honorable members, please.
I want to thank the Honorable Minister of Local Government for the wonderful job he's doing.
Yeah.
I was just texting my council secretary to check how much we've received as Rumezi. Over 19 million.
Yeah.
It's quite a significant amount of money.
Yeah.
However, because we don't give money in the coffers, immediately money comes, we disperse.
Yeah.
Because we are in a hurry to develop, Madam Speaker.
Yeah.
We have projects which are running now, and we've run out of funds. And we need, a demand notice has already been made to request so that we can complete the projects which are running.
Yeah.
And this is a request to the Madam Speaker, to the Acting Minister of Finance, that perhaps the remaining balance could be given to the Maize Town Council so that we finish up and also avoid the contractors from decamping and leaving these projects, because we are in a hurry to make sure that before 2026, the maize is made beautiful. Thank you.
The Honorable Acting Minister of Finance and National Planning, any comment?
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker. At least the truth is coming out. You can't hide the truth. It is coming out one by one. If you allowed 20 members of parliament, by the end of everything, you would have found that those who were saying they have received 4 million, they would have walked out of parliament without you not noticing. Madam Speaker, I commend my dear colleague from Lumezi. That's the way it's supposed to be. We push, and the assurance, honorable member, is that definitely my office as Minister of Finance is open door. My office as Minister of Local Government is open door. So resources will be made available within the first 2 weeks of October. Thank you so much.
I think at that point we can make progress. Honorable members, you are encouraged to engage the Honorable Minister of Finance to make a follow-up on the disbursements. Question for oral answer, understanding order 80. The Honorable Member for Mwinilong.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Question number 25.
The Honorable Minister of Education.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Mr. Samakai of Mununga constituency asked the Minister of Education, A, when the government will resume the construction of Kawiku Secondary School in Mwinilonga district, B, at what percentage of completion the project was as of July 2025, C, what the cost of the outstanding works is, and D, what the cause of the delay in completing the project is. Madam Speaker, I wish to clarify and inform the House that the construction of Kawiku Secondary School in Mwinilonga district, which was planned under the 2010 to 2012 Infrastructure Operational Plan, did not commence. However, once funds are secured, the government may consider resuming the project. In view of the response in Part A, Parts B, C, and D do not apply. Madam Speaker, I thank you.
Thank you. Supplementary questions. The Honorable Member for Mwinilong.
Thank you very much, Minister, for the answer that you have provided. But my question that follows is that, have you considered that in this year's budget that is going to be presented tomorrow?
The Honorable Minister for Education.
Madam Speaker, since the Minister of Finance has not yet presented the budget to Parliament, I'm not quite sure whether I have an answer for that as of now. This is why I said the delay in completing the project, which never actually started, cannot resume. All we have been trying to do now is to complete those trying to complete those stalled projects that were last attended to some 8 or 10 years ago. Actually, this will be a green, if you like, project altogether. Thank you.
Thank you. The Honorable Member for Kamfinza.
Minister of Education, you have confirmed that because the project never started, there's nothing like resumption. Are you able to indicate to the people of Mwinilunga if there are estimates that have been done as part of the planning process? Because clearly the need for our children to access a secondary school in that area, the need is still there. And I'm sure that is why the area MP has raised the issue. So from a planning point of view, Madam Speaker, have the estimates been done and how much are we looking at? So that maybe from a planning point of view, they must be somewhere where we must start looking to implementing this project. I thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. The Honorable Minister of Education.
Madam Speaker, the works, as I said, at that time, the cost of the outstanding works had not been established as no engineering designs or bills of quantities were developed. The final cost will also be determined based on the approved scope of works and the detailed designs, which in turn will inform the bill of quantities.
Thank you. The Honorable Member for Isoka.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, through you, I would like to thank the President, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, the Minister of Infrastructure, and also the Minister of Education for sending the contractor at Michael Chirufya-Sata. The contractor is on site. The only worry that I have is the works have stalled because the contractor hasn't been paid. My question is, Honorable Minister, why hasn't the contractor been paid so that he can complete Michael Chirufya-Sata? I submit, Madam Speaker.
I don't know whether to call on the minister. Maybe the minister can respond on his own, the Minister for Education. But this Honorable Member for Isoka, on a serious note, this question relates to a school in Mwenilonga, Kawiku Secondary School in Mwenilonga. It's not talking about the Michael Chirufya-Sata. I think if you want to know more, you can put in another question, put in a different question. But I see that the Honorable Minister, you have an answer. Okay, maybe the Honorable Minister of Education.
Yeah, now you are the only one I'm going to answer outside Mwinilunga. I have put a caveat, so I have not opened a Pandora's box. Yes, what was very difficult was to bring back a contractor because the project had stalled for a long time. So they demobilized, we had to mobilize. Mobilization also was about money. All right? So this is why we don't want to lag behind now. Once the contractor is on site, and when they finish parts of it, the right IPCs, the Minister of Finance here, is telling me that he will try by all means that all those contractors who are owed money are actually paid in order for them not to demobilize, because it will be a cost on us. Thank you.
So that was a bonus answer. The Honorable Member for Pemba.
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker. Honorable Minister, is this secondary Kauk among your priorities for new secondary schools to be constructed in the near future?
The Honorable Minister of Education.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Like I said earlier, this is basically a green project, if we had to start. So since you have said in the near future, yes.
The Honorable Member for Mwinilonga.
Yeah. Madam Speaker, I'm really worried with the question, with the answers that the Minister is giving. This need of a secondary school in Kawiku, in Mwinilunga, was identified 13 years ago. And you can imagine the number of children that need education in that area has increased. And if we are saying in the near future, really that doesn't give me hope. It doesn't give hope to the people of Mwinilunga, particularly those in Kawiku. Is there anything that the minister can do? If you were looking at 20 kilometers, Minister, are you able to look at 2 kilometers as you sit there, as far as this school is concerned?
The Honorable Minister of Education.
I thought the MP for Mwinilunga should have been very excited when I said in the near. You know, near is not like in the future. Huh? So really, that 20 kilometers is not 20 kilometers, if we say near. It's only that I haven't, you have used the numbers, me have used the English. So, so strictly speaking, I really feel for this because the operational plan was done in 2010 to 2012. This is basically more than 13 years, isn't it? Yes. So, this